Hi everyone, it's me, Deanna. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how and why I became an English Studies major. So I wanted to start off by telling you guys how my story started. So when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to go to college and go to Fitchburg State to better my career, and I knew that it was a school that was good for teaching, and I thought that I wanted to be a teacher, so that was my first choice, and I got accepted, and I entered Fitchburg State as undeclared because I wasn't quite sure what grade level I wanted to teach or what subject I wanted to teach. I knew I was extremely passionate about English and theater and art and everything very creative and expressive. So I went to Fitchburg State undeclared, and I basically got a lot of my core credits out of the way while doing classes that I liked along the way to try to find out what my major was going to entail. So I took an acting class, I took classes that were required for the education major, I took English courses, well, I had to take writing courses, and I really enjoyed those. So it took me a long time to decide. I was at the end of my sophomore year, and my advisor was like, Deanna, you have to pick a major. And I had done a lot of different searching between what grade level I wanted to teach. I'd come to the decision that I wanted to be a teacher. So I knew that I liked high school because when I went to high school, it was my favorite. I was always really excited about high school. I was involved in a lot of theater, and I really enjoyed my English courses, and I knew that high school was something I still wanted to be a part of. And so I thought that it would be great for me to try to become a high school English teacher because of my love of learning and high school and creativeness, and I thought that it would be a really great fit for me because I'm really, as you guys probably know, I'm really I love to joke around, and I'm very sarcastic, and high schoolers can get that. They'll understand that. So I reached the end of my sophomore year, and I said, okay, English Studies, initial licensure, that's my major. I then hit a rough patch where I couldn't afford to go to school for a semester, so I took a semester off to work, and finally when I came back the next fall as a junior, I was so ready to start my junior year. I had a newfound inspiration to continue on, and now that I finally had a major, I was motivated to do all the work that I needed to do, and to achieve what I wanted, because I finally knew what I wanted. So I entered my junior year, and I went swimmingly. I got on the dean's list. I was so happy. I was taking all these courses that I loved and learning so much more about new things and education, and it was great. And ever since then, it's been uphill. I've learned so much. I've gotten to take so many English courses and learn so much about different styles of teaching and education. And I'm just really excited to pass my MTEL soon and finish up and graduate and go on to teach, because it's really exciting, and I really want to just get out there and show these high schoolers what I have to give them. So I'm going to go into the more serious, less personal part of my presentation now. But thank you guys for listening. So why English Studies? So what does it mean to be an English Studies major? To me, being an English Studies major is being an analytical expert. It means that you're creative and can expand your ideas about a text. What's interesting to me about being an English Studies major is that you can apply what you've learned to other subject areas. For example, writing is often influenced by history, so by studying literature, we can learn about different historical eras. Depending on what you're reading, you can become an expert in other subjects as well. I think what makes English so fascinating is that it's so relevant to our everyday lives. This semester, I took a seminar on 21st century American literature. It opened up my eyes not only to new literature, but also problems in today's world that I wasn't even aware of. I couldn't believe I was so ignorant to some of the things going on around me. Without literature, I would not have been able to understand different perspectives and be informed about today's problems. So, why am I an English Studies major? I'm an English Studies major for the love of all things reading, writing, and learning. I'm an English Studies major because I want everyone else to appreciate English as much as I do. No more booing at Shakespeare or whining about the Great Gatsby. Let's learn to understand and appreciate literature for what it's worth. So, the first thing I asked myself is, what is liberal arts? So, I got my definitions from the Oxford English Dictionary. So, originally, liberal arts is the 7 subjects of the trivium: grammar, rhetoric, and logic, and the quadrivium: arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy, considered collectively. And in later use, or more generally, liberal arts arts subjects as opposed to science and technology. So the definition that I came up with for liberal arts was the humanities, mainly English, history, and art, or basically anything that isn't science or technology. So when someone says liberal arts, I automatically think English studies. So what's the significance of being a liberal arts student? What's significant to me about being a liberal arts student is that you can learn so many different subjects at once. Literature is full of knowledge, and I've learned so much about history through the reading and studying I've done. You can also learn about other cultures, lifestyles, and perspectives. Being a liberal arts student can make you an English studies expert, but also teach you a lot about other subjects and the world around you. So I decided to look at 2 articles about how liberal arts can help you, a liberal arts degree can help you with your career and your life. And so this article is by Maureen Murphy Nutting, and it's titled How Interdisciplinary Liberal Arts Programs Prepare Students for the Workforce and Life. So the quote I pulled says, liberal arts programs will provide students with a core of general knowledge that crosses regions, disciplines, time periods, and ideas, introduces students to information from a wide range of sources, and teaches them how to find, use, and evaluate it. This core also helps students recognize and use competing and complementary narratives, theories, experiments, and applications to construct valid arguments, reject fallacies, and discern what is missing from an argument, a presentation, or an equation, communicate ideas, and disseminate knowledge widely and effectively to different populations, and work well with others with different training and different ideas. These are the essential skills that will benefit students for a lifetime, as citizens, as family members, and as well as in their careers. So the other article I found was called What Can You Do with an English Major? And this is by Peter Bidler. And the quote I pulled, there were a ton of testimonies from people with different careers that he interviewed. And so this is a statement from a financial analyst in high technology. And he said that English majors are trained to apply analytical skills to real problems rather than to made-to-solve ones in math, engineering, and business courses. Hemingway did not write so that we could compare him with Faulkner, yet we learned to find the points of similarity and contrast that serve to illuminate the works of both. The real problems are much more likely than what you would find in Hemingway and Faulkner than what you would find in a marketing text. So what will be the impact of earning an English Studies degree on my future? I've learned so much through earning this degree and developed an even stronger passion for English that will carry on. This English Studies degree will hopefully help me get a teaching job at a local high school. I want to share my love of English with others. I want students to look forward to learning and reading. I hope that this degree has given me the tools I need to reach out to students and help them discover what English means to them. So another thing I included was a poem that I enjoy. I actually discovered this poem in one of my British literature classes, and after reading it and analyzing it, I had like this defining moment where I understood what I was reading and I was able to analyze it, and I just thought it was amazing. So I wanted to share this with you. So this is called The Chimney Sweeper, and it's by William Blake. When my mother died, I was very young, and my father sold me while yet my tongue could scarcely cry, weep, 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 weep. So your chimneys I sweep, and in soot I sleep. There is little Tom Dacre, who cried when his head, that curled like a lamb's back, was shaved. So I said, "Hush, Tom, never mind it, for your head's bare. You know that silk cannot spoil your white hair." And so he was quiet, and that very night, as Tom was a-sleeping, he had such a sight, that thousands of sweepers, Dick, Joe, Ned, and Jack, were all of them locked up in coffins of black. And by came an angel who had a bright key, and he opened the coffins and set them free. Then down a green plain, leaping, shining they run, and wash in a river and shine in the sun. Then naked and white, all their bags left behind, they rise upon clouds and sport in the wind. And the angel told Tom, if he be a good boy, he'd have God for his father and never want joy. And so Tom awoke, and we rose in the dark, and got with our bags and brushes to work. Though the morning was cold, Tom was happy and warm, and so if all do their duty, they need not fear harm. Also, I want to apologize for the poem, because I know it has like these awkward like page breaks here, but those aren't meant to be there. So yeah, that's my presentation on why I am an English Studies major, and I hope you enjoyed it.